So, what is information? You know, what is information? That's a good question, right? I think that's the question a lot of people don't ask is, what is information? Like, you think you have an idea of what information is, but then somebody gives you entirely different idea of what information is. And, the reality is information is whoever wields it. If information is power, the power is held by those who have power. And I'm not even necessarily just talking about those in political positions. I'm talking about those who have money, those who have stake, and those who represent certain institutions that, have both of those things, money and influence, power, etc., etc., etc. What I have noticed is that everybody who claims to have the right information seemingly doesn't have the right information, and that's mostly due to, like, I don't know, tribalism. I think the currency of our age is not information. The currency of our age is tribalism. Everybody has their tribe, they stick to their tribe, and they tell the other tribe that the information that they have is not accurate information. And I've seen this from all the different quote-unquote tribes that exist, at the very least on the internet. But here's the thing, the internet is not conducive to reality, and information, information is information, but, the information that I tend to follow comes from people who are actively, like, digging for information, actively attempting to find information, based on statistics and actual mining, quote unquote mining for information. I mean, can they be wrong? Yeah, of course they can be wrong. But, like, there's some information that I have heard from the people that I watch and I interact with that isn't in any way, shape, or form delivered in a mainstream way until much further down the line. So it's like, I hear about things that don't get reported by the mainstream media until later, or the mainstream media doesn't change their tune to something until much further down the line. So it's either because they sit on the information, or because they simply do not have the information on file. Okay. This is a video. Like I said, I'm not editing this. I'm not doing anything. I just want to point out that right over there, there is a deer hanging out in... I don't know if you saw that. There's just a deer hanging out in the lawn over there. I just want to say, just hanging out. Just hanging out. Just hanging out over there. Like, like I said, I'm not editing these videos. That is amazing, actually. That deer is just kind of chilling there. There's a dude working in his yard right over there, and then there's just a deer hanging out on the in the yard next to him. I don't even know if the guy even noticed. I don't even know if the deer even really noticed. He's just kind of hanging out. That's amazing. That is amazing to me. Like I said, I'm not editing these videos. I'm giving you everything as it happens. Whether I'm sticking to the source of the video or not, the information. Okay, well, that kind of changes things. Because, you know, the topic of today's video was mostly about, you know, just like I said, like information. Like, what's information? What information is quote unquote misinformation, and what information is not misinformation? You know, like, we live in a world where we can't really decipher who is right and who is wrong when it comes down to information, unless we have absolute facts written in concrete. And you know, we don't really, like, you can't know. You just don't know. You don't know what's accurate and what's not accurate when it comes down to anything and everything. I don't know what to believe most of the time, because it's just like everybody's fighting against the other side for who's right and who's wrong when it comes down to the information game. At the end of the day, who is not biased in the situation? You know, who isn't biased? And it's entirely possible for a person to be an outlier and be like, okay, I don't like what either of you are selling me. You know, I equate this to the idea of, okay, so here's a theory, here's a theoretical scenario. You know, let's say your mom and dad get killed by two different people, right? Okay, well, which do you prefer? The one who killed your father or the one who killed your mother? And you may be asking yourself, okay, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I hate both of those people. They killed both of my parents. But, you know, it's one of those things. It's just like, who's right and who's wrong? You know, like, who did you like better, your mom or your dad? You know, and so which did you prefer? And it's just like, we're in a state in the world of where we can't really decide who is right and who is wrong. Who do you like better? Well, who is the better of two evils? I don't know. They're as far as I'm concerned, both are evil. So it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, get off my lawn. Anyway, that's all I really needed to say. I wasn't going to spend too much time doing a video. I got really, I wasn't expecting whatever that was with that deer. But, you know, hey, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I'll be back later.